At 9 a.m. on a freezing December morning in 2019, Caroline Flack made a tearful phone call to a friend from a North London police station. The television presenter had just been told she was to be charged with common assault after hitting her boyfriend Lewis Burton at her flat. She was distraught. Just 3 hours earlier, she had been told she would be let off with a caution. This new decision by the police left the much-loved host of ITV's controversial reality series, Love Island, in pieces, according to her friends. 2 months later, Flack, 40, who had cut her own wrists in the aftermath of her violent row with Burton, took her life at her home in Stoke Newington, North East London. She couldn't compute why they had 1 minute said everything was going to be okay and then the next her life was in tatters, says a pal. If that decision hadn't changed, then Caroline might still be with us today. It utterly haunts everyone who loved Caroline. Nobody can understand it. Now there is a renewed sense of poignancy after Flack's mother Christine revealed that the Independent Office of Police Conduct has urged the Met to reopen its investigation into the case of her beloved late daughter. The watchdog has recommended that the Force's Directorate of Professional Standards interviews an officer who was present at the time of Flack's arrest. He was said to have been involved in the move to overrule the Crown Prosecution Service's decision to issue her with a caution for her attack on Burton, a former tennis player and model with whom she was besotted. Following the incident, Burton had refused to make a statement to the police, in the hope this would lead to the police dropping the charges. Christine said yesterday, something very unusual happened to Carrie at the police station that night, but no one kept a proper record explaining why. I've now made a complaint to compel the officer to give the statement we think he should have given 4 years ago. As a family, we have been left with important, unanswered questions. She also revealed she had requested a meeting with Sir Mark Rowley, the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, without success. He has refused to speak to me, she said. Now it's time the Met gave us full disclosure. The unnamed officer's missing account of events is understood to be viewed as an outstanding line of inquiry. And, today, the Mail can reveal that what happened in those crucial 3 hours is one of the issues to which Christine is now determined to find answers. One friend said there was a disagreement between the CPS and the Met over how the case should proceed. Between the hours of 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. something changed, and while at the time it didn't seem like a huge deal to the police, now it has become so. We all want to know what went on during that time, why the decision was reached that she would be charged and who was behind it. We want to know everything. Caroline was never the same afterwards. We owe it to her to find out the truth. Flack's twin sister Jodie dashed from her home in Kensal Rise, northwest London, to pick her up after learning of the trauma she'd endured at the police station. Her injuries from cutting her wrist were so bad that she spent 10 hours in hospital having them tended to. Jodie and other members of her family were also said to be horrified, angry and upset at how the star's frail mental state was not sufficiently taken into account by the justice system.